वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्गृह्यत्व निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः।
We were seeing the part of the Grantha where the Granthakara is answering the doubt of the Purvapakshi that there is no Adhikari. So Granthakara is saying that there will be some Adhikari for moksha. The person who has these fourfold qualifications will be there. And for that, he is showing that there are various types of people in the world, and ultimately will show that one of them will be this Adhikari. So he had described this Pamara, Vishayi, and lastly he was describing Jidnyasu. And it was said that Jidnyasu is the one who does this Shravanam of Satsanga, and because of that he gets Viveka. And now the Granthakara is describing the process in which this Viveka occurs for this person. So he describes that there are 8 steps in this Vivekotpatti, and now he begins describing that. So it is said now that Tatra Vaishayikam Sukham Sarvamapi Dukkhameva iti Prathamataha Viveko Bhavati. Tatra means Vivekotpatti. In the process of this birth of Viveka, firstly, this kind of Viveka is born. And what is that? The entire happiness which is born of objects is pain alone. In this manner, firstly, the Viveka is born. And then the Granthakara explains this. Tathahi Vishayasukam Sarvam Anityameva Vishayendriya Sayyoga Jatvena Agama Paitvat. Tathahi. And the explanation follows. The entire happiness,
You can say all happiness, perhaps. You don't use entire with happiness, all happiness. Perhaps that may be better, but entire also explains. I also use entire, but I feel that all happiness. All happiness related to the objects.
so the explanation follows, and it is all the happiness which is related to the object is anityam alone, is temporary indeed. And why is it so? Agama paitvat, because it has the status of being subject to coming and going. And why is that? Because this happiness is born of the contact between the Vishaya, the object, and the organs. Thus, when the contact of the object and organ is there, then it is agami, it is coming. And when the contact is removed, then it is apai, it is going.
Apai.
It is apai, it is going.
How do you explain apai word?
Apayah asti yasya vishaya sukhasya tat apai. So that because of being subject to coming and going, because it is born of the contact between the object and organs, this all happiness born of objects is temporary indeed. And then it is explained, Sukham cha Vaishayikam स्वावस्थितिसमये अपि यत्किञ्चित् दुःखानुषङ्गी एव भवति. And this happiness which is related to the object, even at the time of its presence, is associated with some pain indeed. Swavinashena api dukkha hetuhu bhavati. And even by its own destruction, it becomes the cause for dukkha, pain.
Means what? How do you understand this?
Means even when one is enjoying that happiness which is born of objects, it is associated with some sort of pain alone.
That is what Swavinashana.
And when that happiness is over, one gets the dukkha because now one misses that happiness, or it can also lead to this some health problems if one enjoys too much sugar, etc. It can also lead to some health problems. So in that way,
but here it is not.
Yes.
That is what you said is associated with the previous one. Dukkha anushangi, for that you can say. Here only that
yes.
When the sukha goes, then dukkha is chala gaya. Gone. That is Swavinasha. Means even when it dies also it creates problem. That's what it wants to say. When it is there, it is associated with some pain. Even when it goes, it creates dukkha. So dukkha hetu, even by its destruction.
And then it is said, kincha vaishayikam sukham anubhava dashayam api itah param idrusham sukham.
Correct. No, I'm just laughing.
Itah param idrusham sukham kshiyate kila iti. Oh, sorry. Yes, I wrote it wrong. Itah param idrusham sukham kshiyeta kila iti vyakulat vyakulat vyakulat
उत्पादनेनापि
vyakulot
व्याकुलता उत्पादनेनापि
व्याकुलतोत्पादनेन अपि दुःखनिदानम् एव. Moreover, this happiness which is related to the object, even at its time of experience, is dukkha nidanam, is the cause for pain, suffering, indeed. And how? Vyakulotpadanena, by the creation of anxiety or worry. And how is this anxiety or worry created? What is the thinking behind that? So, thinking is after this happiness is over, happiness like this will be destroyed indeed.
Itah param is after this Vishayendriya Sanyoga, Idrisham Sukham Kshiyeta. This Sukha will go away.
So, itah param means after this Vishayendriya Sanyoga is over, the happiness like this would be destroyed indeed. In the thinking in this manner creates the anxiety or worry, and therefore, even at the time of experience, this Vaishayikam Sukham is the cause for suffering alone. And then it is said, Evancha Vaishayikam Sukham Sarvam Dukkhena Kavali Kritam Eva Vartate.
Kavali or Kavali?
In the dictionary, Kavali, the meaning is given.
Kava?
Kava. Yes.
But I think Kava also can be there. But Kava is the correct one. Kavali Kritam.
For Kava, I couldn't find the same meaning it was given for Kavali.
Kavali is correct.
Evamcha. And in this manner, all happiness which is related to the object is encompassed, swallowed, or fraught with pain alone, or it exists being fraught with pain alone. And tasmad विषयजन्यं सुखं वस्तुतः सुखस्वरूपमपि विषयोपाधिसम्बन्धात् दुःखमेव. Tasmad means since this Vaishayikam Sukham is fraught with dukkham, therefore, even though this Vishayajanyam Sukham is in reality of the nature of happiness, Atma, still sarvada, always it remains, or always it is dukkham alone. It is always pain or suffering alone. Why is that? Because of the connection between the Vishaya and Upadhi. It can be in two ways. Because of the connection between the Vishaya and Upadhi refers to organs, or because of the connection with Vishaya Rupa Upadhi.
Conditioning factor.
Here the Sarvada means Utpatti, Sthiti, Laya, Kala, that way Sarvada.
Yes. Means any type of happiness, dukkam eva. Or we can say sarvada uppatti siddhi. That also.
And then it is said, Nacha etad dukkham kenachidapi laukikopayena parihartum shakyate. And this pain means this pain which is associated with the sukha is not possible to be removed by anyone, by any worldly means. And why do you say so? It is said, upayanveshana kushalasya api nishesha dukha nivrittehe adarshanath. Because of the non-observation of the removal of complete dukkha, even for the person who is an expert in finding out the means.
What do you mean by that simple words?
So, even if a person is very expert in finding out the means out of this misery, even for such a person, complete removal of dukkha is not seen. And therefore, we can say that by anyone, by using any worldly means, this dukkha which is associated with the experience of sukha cannot be removed. And then it said, nivrittam ivacha sadapi punaha utpadyate eva. And this dukkham, even though being as though removed, it indeed comes back again.
Means what?
Means even if we employ some means by which the dukkha goes for now, but still afterwards it will come back. There is no atyantik nivritti by that upaya. And now, in the next paragraph, the second level of or the second stage in this birth of Viveka is described. Then it is said, Tataha yavat sharira sthitihi dukkham na nivarteta.
Sharira sthiti is not there. Sharira sthiti is dvitiya. You don't know. Visarga
I've not done so.
is not there.
यावत् शरीरस्थिति दुःखं न निवर्तेत इति विवेकः भवति. Tatah means thereafter, means after this first viveka has come, then this second viveka happens. And what is that? As long as the continuity of the body is there, pain or suffering would not go. In this manner, the viveka happens. And for this, the Shruti support is given. And the Shruti quoted is Navai Sasharirasya Satah प्रियाप्रिययोः अपहतिः अस्ति अशरीरं वावसन्तं न प्रियाप्रिये स्पृशतः. Indeed, for the person who is endowed with the body, the removal of pleasure and pain is not there. And then it is said, pleasure and pain do not touch the person who is free from the body. And from this Shruti, what is the idea that is said now? Iti sharira matrasya punya papa phalatva shariranvaya gatirekabhya sukha dukkha sambandha tadabhavav shruyete. So, iti, in this manner, the connection with Sukha Dukkha and the absence with Sukha Dukkha is heard. And
absence of connection with
absence,
not absence of absence of connections.
and the absence of the connection with Sukha Dukkha is heard. Shariranvaya Vyatirekavyam. So, based on the presence and absence of the body, the presence of the connection with Sukha Dukkha and the absence of the connection with Sukha Dukkha is heard. And how do you say that when body is there, then the connection with Sukha Dukkha will be there, and when the body is not there, the connection will not be there? For that, a reason also is given. Sharira matrasya punya papa phalatvat. Because every body is the product of punya and papa. And thus, and punya and papa will fructify in the form of connection with sukha and dukkha. And thus, when body is there, connection with sukha dukkha will be there. When body is not there, connection with sukha dukkha will not be there. And then the Gandhakara writes, Tatra Manushya Shariram tu Punya Papa Mishra Karma Phalam iti prasiddham eva. Tatra. Tatra means in that context, or
Correct.
in that context. So I was wondering if can we say in the context of all bodies, like now it is, I mean, among all bodies.
Yeah, Sharira matrasya. You can say that.
And it is said that the human body is well known to be the product of mixture of punya and papa. And then the Granthakara writes, Deva Shariram api Mishra Karma Phalam iti eva vaktavyam. And also the body of the Devatas should be told to be the product of mixture of punya and papa. And vaktavyam is said because it is not generally told, but it should be told.
What is generally told?
That it is the result of more punyam.
Only punya. Generally, it is told that Deva Shariram is the result of punya. Tiryak Shariram is the result of papa. And Manushya is the result of mixture. That is how generally told. He wants to little bit differ from that and say that even Deva Sharira is the result of mixture. Yeah?
And why should it be told in this manner? The reason is given. Kevala punya phalatvetu devanam devantara vibhutyatishaya darshanena na tapo jayeta. So, if the Deva Sharira is only the product of punya, then for the Devas, affliction would not be born. And what is the cause of this affliction? Because of the observation of excellence of the glories of other Devatas. So, because of the observation of the glories of other Devatas, affliction for Devatas would not be born if the Deva Sharira is only a product of Punya. Why? Because affliction is a result of Papa and not Punya. And then it is said, Jayate itihi itihasa puranadishu kathyate. Tapah jayate iti. And the affliction is born indeed, or it is well known, and it is told in the Itihasa, Purana, etc. So thus, for the Devatas, affliction is born, and thus their bodies cannot be only the product of Punya, and therefore it should be told that even the Devata body is a product of mixture of Punya and Papa.
So we are seeing the 4 types of people. And this topic is discussed in the context of establishing that there is a adhikari, there is a qualified person for this text. Why? Because Jagat Vaichitra. There is Adhikari because there are variety of people. There are different types of people. There is no all are uniform. So don't reject the variety found in the world. And what are the four types of people? Pamara, Vishayi, Jignasu, Mukta. And really speaking, the growth will be like this. Pamara will become Vishayi. Pamara means unrefined, non-religious, materialistic person. Pamaraha, unrefined person. He will become Vishayi. Means he will now come to the fold of Shastra and will listen to the instruction of Shastra. So he will become Vishayi. And now Vishayi would become Jignasu. How it happens, that is being described. So the 53rd, the topic is Avarta, is showing the conversion of Vishayi, the materialistic person, into Jignasu. So Vishayi to Jignasu, what all stages one has to go through? For this conversion, what all stages are involved? And all stages are primarily cognitive stages. He is focusing on that. Lifestyle also will change. But primarily he is describing this cognitive transformation. How a materialistic person will slowly become Jignasu. How it happens? Jignasu is the one who has got this Viveka, final Viveka, that Atmajnanam alone is the means for moksha, and Atmajnanam is by Shastra Vichara. Therefore, let me do Shastra Vichara. The person who has got this Viveka, that person is Jignasu. But to reach at that point, where a person finds the need for doing Shastra Vichara, she has to go through various stages. And those stages are talked about in their 8 stages are talked about. And this description is based on the introductory part given in Neshkarima Siddhi. In Neshkarima Siddhi, it starts with that everybody wants to be free from dukkha, and dukkha will not go as long as the sharira sambandha is there. Then sharira sambandha will not go as long as this punya papa is there. And punya papa will not go as long as the ragadveshas are there. Then further it did ragadvesha ishta sadhanata buddhi, such a big the description is given. That particular is followed by Nishal Das. Not that Nishal Das is followed by Sureshwaracharya. Sureshwaracharya is the predecessor, so he is followed by this Nishal Das. Okay. And the first Viveka is that Vaishayika Sukha is Dukkham. In Bhagavad Gita also this idea is given. Yehi sansparshaja bhogaha dukkha yonaya evate. Means this bhogaha appear to give sukha, but they are the yoni, the cause for dukkha. And while talking about rajasa sukham, yattadagre amrutopamam pariname vishamiya. So that sukha, rajasa sukha, which is born of vishaya, that is in the beginning amrutopamam pariname vishamiya. So based on that, here it is said, Vaishayikam sukham sarvamapi dukkham eveti prathamataha viveka. Here the approach is not cynical or something very, what is called, very negative approach. That is not said here. Otherwise, person who sab dukhi dukhe means he will be a person worse than what he was then before coming to Shastra. People also will say, what happened to you? That other people will say he's going to Vedanta. So Vedanta will get a bad name. Because earlier person was enjoying, party, this, that. People will say, oh, he's a happy guy. And now he is so depressed. Why? Because you see dukkha, 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 dukkha. So that is not the purpose. Even, but of course, if it happens for some time as a process of transformation, it is okay. Because generally transformation is always painful. A transit period, no? From your comfort zone to the next zone when you go, it is painful only. So it's a momentary pain. You feel that, oh my God, what a mistake I was doing. How much dukkha is involved in all sukha? How come I did not see? So for a while, it becomes a little bit. Person may feel little low. If it is a temporary phase, it is okay. But that temporary phase also should not make him inactive. Inactive in the sense, so he does not go for party and he doesn't go for satsang also. All the time crying. Oh, everything is dukkha, everything is dukkha. That is not what is expected. But yes, person acknowledges his mistake. That yes, how come I did not see what all these problems, dukkha involved in sukha? What a mistake. It may make the person, he may make the person feel little sad for a while. That is okay. But that should lead him to go for Shastra Vichara, further inquiry. He remains depressed, then I think it is a side effect. That is not the intended effect, the side effect. Alright. So first stage of Viveka is Vaishayikam Sukham Sarvamapi Dukkhameva iti Prathamataha Viveka Bhavati. That the happiness related with the object is Dukkhameva, means Dukkha Mishritameva. In the beginning, there is a dukkha because Vaishayikam Sukham is not free. You have to work for it. And while it is there also Dukkhameva, because there will be concern, it will go away. And when it goes away, again dukkha because it went away. So I see that dukkha involved so that I will not run after that. It is not meant for making the person depressed. It is not even made for making the person hate those who are going after it. This is another side effect we find. When you have some viveka that, oh, Sukha Dukkha is involved, when others are going for it, you get angry with them. Why people are going after this? How idiots they are. That's not correct. You also were one of them. So it is not that you hate them. Especially in family, it happens that one person gets a little bit viveka and he makes other person life miserable. That is not the approach. That if others enjoy, let them enjoy. It's like child will be enjoying with childish thing. It is proper. What child does is not called childish. When you do what child does, then it is called childish. There's a difference, no? If child is going after this what is called butterfly or crying when butterfly goes away, it is not called childish. It is called childlike. It is child. That is appropriate. You do it is childish. So people are going after sense objects. Let them go. Maximum you can do is, oh Lord, give them also viveka, which I have got. That is a healthy approach. Not that hate them. You feel little angry and you make them feel bad about enjoying. That is wrong thing. Why do you spoil? I told you that person he was traveling. And this one of the students in Bangalore, he was traveling. He is agro scientist, and he was traveling, and somebody was eating grapes. So this person said, "Don't eat these grapes. It has a lot of pesticide." वो बोले आपको नहीं खाना तो नहीं खाओ हमारा क्यों मूड बगाड़ता why are you spoiling our mood so unless they ask you should not tell anyway so this is the first stage where a person sees appreciates the dukkha involved in so-called sukha Second thing is, he understands the second stage of Viveka, that this dukkha involved associated with sukha cannot go as long as the body is. Yavat sharira sthiti dukkham na nivarteta. Means you cannot have a situation where you are associated with the body and dukkha is not there. Sukha also will be there, but dukkha also will be there. You cannot remain in neutral state unless a person is in coma, where sharira sthiti is functionally not there. Otherwise, person will have sukha and dukkha. Every day you will have some sukha, every day some dukkha. Can you say, Swamiji, that day I had whole sukha, 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 sukha only? There is no such thing. The sukha was there, dukkha was there, but dukkha you might have forgotten. And even in the same day, you cannot have only dukkha. Some sukha will be there. Even if you had lot of dukkha, but somebody told you, oh, this will go away. This too shall pass. Or somebody gave you some relief. You were hungry and somebody gave you food. Some sukha will come. So no day goes without sukha and dukkha. This is how human life is. At yavat sharira sthitim, he is focusing on dukkha. But he wants to create vairagya. Therefore, yavat sharira sthiti dukkham na nivarteta. He understands this, that every situation, sukha or dukkha, is having basically dukkha, and that dukkha cannot go as long as the body is there. Then he quoted Shruti, that Shruti says that person who is sasharira, the priya apahati cannot be there. The removal of the pleasure and pain cannot be there. Iti should be connected with shariranvaya vyatireka sukha dukkha sambandha tadabhavo shruyate. By this Shruti, what is heard? Sharira anvaya vyatireka by the presence and the absence, sukha dukkha sambandha tadabhava. By the presence of sharira, sukha dukkha sambandha is there. Anvaya vyatireka, when there is absence of sharira sambandha, sharira sthiti, tad abhava is there. So shariram is, sukha dukkha sambandha is. Shariram is not there, vyatireka, sukha dukkha sambandha is not there. And anvaya vyatireka logic is used for what? Karanatva nishchaya, for deciding the cause-effect relationship. So sharira sthiti is the cause for sukha dukkha sambandha, and sharira bhava is the cause for the sukha dukkha sambandha bhava. That is heard in the Shruti. The Shruti says what? As long as the body is, sharira anvaya is, sukha dukkha sambandha is. When the sharira sambandha is not there, then only tadabhavaha, sukha dukkha sambandha bhava is there. And yesterday we saw that ashariram literally means what? Bodiless. A person who is not having the body, for them priya is not there. But here we have to understand appropriately. Ashariram means what? Sharira bhimana rahitam. One who is free from the sharira bhimana, the identification with the body, for them priya das prushatah. And that is what happens when person is in coma, person is there in sleep, then priya das prushatah. But does it mean that to be free from priya, what you have to do? Keep on taking sleeping tablets. So you get up, take sleeping tablet, again so down. When you get whole day nothing, that is not the solution. Because after a while, even sleeping tablet will not work. And even if it works, what is like? So here, ashariram should be understood as sharirabhimana rahita nanena. A person who is free from the identification with the body due to knowledge of Atma being distinct from the body, for that person, priya nasprishatah. That is the message there. But here what is highlighting is As long as Sharira Sambandha is there, so long Sukha Dukkha Sambandha would be there. That is main point. Ashariram by Jnanam etc. is not intended in this context, in this discussion. There Shruti it is meant there. In Brahma Sutra, this particular Shruti is described. Ashakara in Samanvaya Bhashya, this Shruti was quoted and told that Bandhanam is because of Sharira Sambandha. Okay. Now, why this Sharira Sthiti is responsible for Sukha Dukkha Sambandha? Shariram is Sukha Dukkha Sambandha is. Shariram is not there, Sukha Dukkha Sambandha is not there. Why is it so? For that reason was given Sharira Matrasya Punya Papa Phalatvat. Here Matra Karstyarthe Matra. Sharira Matra means all the bodies. Sharirattvena Shariram. In Nyaya language it's called Sharirattvena Shariram. Body as body. Means body in general. Any body without exception is Punya Papa Phalatvat. Being the result of Punya and Papa, therefore what? Shariram is Sukha Dukkha will be there. So every body is the result of Punya Papa. And Punya Papa will give Sukha Dukkha. Therefore, as long as body is there, Sukha Dukkha will be there. That was the message. Now, Sharira Matrasya Punya Papa Phalatvat, what was told, that is explained. Tatra, in that context. Or Sharira Matra is Punya Papa Phala. In that context, how we can understand with reference to all the bodies, that is explained. Tatra Manushya Shariram tu Punya Papa Mishra Karma Phalamiti Prasiddham eva. So he's explained that how Sharira Matra is Punya Papa Phalam. He said, let us take first Manushya Sharir. Among all the bodies, let us see Manushya Sharir. Sharira Matra is there, no? Sarveshu Sharireshu. In all the bodies, let us take Manushya Sharir. Two, indeed, Manushya Sharira is the result of Punya Papa Mishra Karma. It is well known. All of us are Mishra only. Whether our surname is Mishra or not, Mishra only. We are all Mishras. Then, what about Deva Sharira? He said, Deva Shariram api Mishra Karma Phalamiti eva Vaktavyam. Vaktavyam should be told. Generally not told. Generally told that Deva Shariram is Punya Phalam. But he said, no. If you want to make accurate statement, then this should be told. In general, you can say, like his life is miserable only. So you said his life is miserable when he say, means there is no sukha at all. It's not true. Anybody's life will have some sukha, some dukkha. Even he is going to say, even prani will have some sukha. Even these animals will have. Then what to talk about human being? So Deva Sharira also is, even though generally it is said to be Punya Karma Phalam, but really, accurately speaking, Mishra Karma Phalam ityeva Vaktavya. Why? Why don't you say only Punya Phalam? He said, Kevala Punya Phalatvetu Kasya Deva Sharirasya. If Deva Shariram, the body of gods, is the result of only Punyam, then what? Devanam Tapaha na Jayeta. This affliction, some suffering will not be there for Devas. And how could there be suffering? He said, Devatantara Vibhutya Atishaya Darshanena. By seeing the excellence of the glory of other Devatas. That some pain, some burning sensation will be there. Irsha. Parasya Utkarsham Drishtva Jayamanaha Santapaha. That is Irsha. Seeing somebody's excellence, the burning sensation comes. What a human mind, not human mind, a Devata's mind also is saying that I have got 4 chapatis and I can have only 4 chapatis. The other person, let him have 10 chapatis. So we don't, generally there we don't have Irsha. So I require, what I need I have. The other person needs more, so he has more. But that logic we don't apply elsewhere. My salary is, say, 5 lakhs per annum. And it is enough for me. But my neighbor has got 6, 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs. The wife also will say, देखो आप मेहनत नहीं करते. You are not working hard. See neighbor, unnecessary. This fellow is happy, but she will make him run. That okay, why are you not working hard? How he is getting? So actually, she has got, why she is telling this, because she has jealousy with the neighbor's wife. The neighbor's wife has got good sari and good all gadgets. She doesn't have. She wants to have. How to have? If husband has more salary, therefore go. Therefore, one TV advertisement was Neighbor's Envy. The name of Onida TV was one Onida TV. The name was that. The advertisement tag was that. Neighbor's Envy. But it is our psychology they are using. That's it. So your neighbor will have, so you will have jealousy. Better you have now itself. Or if you want your neighbors to have envy, you have this TV. That's what the message is. What a thing. So it is not only here, there also there. See, Devas have got very nice body. They can enjoy. They have got all Amrita, Apsaras, and this music, dance, everything is there. They don't get hunger. Really, they can enjoy that. But you will say, oh, my neighbor has got a 5-story building. I have got only 3-story. Because you did less punyam there, and he did more punyam. But the jealousy, and because of that, tapaha jayata. Alright. Not only, and he said, na jayata, you cannot say jayate iti. So what was the sentence? If Deva Sharira was only made up of punyam, then by seeing the excellence of other devata, the affliction would not be born. Because affliction is the result of papa. If Devata Shariram is only because of punyam, then there should not be affliction. Because affliction being the result of papa, papa should not be manifested in dukkha, but it is there. Jayate iti hi itihasa puranadishu kathyate. It is told in Itihasa Purana that they have Irsha, they have jealousy, and therefore they have got affliction. Kincha, up to this we have seen. Kincha, moreover, Ashesha Deva Pradhana Bhutasya api Indrasya Aneka Daitya Danavadibhyaha Bhayan Mahaddukham Papafalabhutam Jayate iti Shastrena Pratipadyate. Moreover, even for Indra, Indrasya api, even for Indra, who is what? Ashesha Deva Pradhana Bhuta, who is the leader among all the devatas. He is a Deva Raja. Ashesha Deva Pradhana Bhutasya pi Indrasya. Even for Indra who is, or for the Indra, even though he is the leader, the main one among all the devatas, even he is in the form of the main one among all the devatas, still Aneka Daitya Danavadibhyaha Bhayat. Because of fear from many Daityas, is a one species, Daityas. Ditehe Apatya, that is called Daitya. And Danava, Danuhu Apatya. The descendants of Danu, they are called Danavas. And they are generally enemies of Devatas. And Adipadena even Manushyas. Because Indra has got sometimes jealousy of any human being who is performing more and more rituals. Because if somebody does Shata Kratu, 100 Kratus, then he also can become Indra. So he gets the jealousy that he has completed only 89. Like century he is reaching. So he will break my record. So he may become Indra. Or he may what is called, he may obscure my glory. Because I am Shata Kratu. I am the one who has done Shata, means 100 Kratus, rituals. That's why it's called Shata Kratu. So he will obscure my greatness. And therefore in the Puranas we have stories that when somebody was doing yaga and when 100th yaga he was doing, Indra will steal the horse of the yaga. And he will keep it somewhere. Hide it, tie it somewhere. All this is a bhaya, fear. Even though he is in that high position, but still bhaya from Daitya, Danava. When Daitya and Danava sometimes they attack this Swarga, other devatas may not have so much fear because it is your duty, you are Indra. But Indra will have more fear because he is the leader, he is the king. So even for Indra, he has bhaya, fear. And therefore what? Mahad dukkham. There is a great dukkha. When there is fear, there is no sukha. Somebody cannot say, I am very happily frightened. Nobody says that. I am happily frightened. Happily you cannot be frightened. So dukkham. So bhayat mahad dukkham. Papa phala bhutam, which is the result of papa only. Dukkha is the result of papa. Jayate. So even for Indra, who is the main one among all the devatas, for that Indra, dukkham, which is the result of papa, is jayate, is born because of fear, etc. Iti shastrena, ityasa puranadi rupa shastrena pradipadyate. It is presented by shastra. And yadi deva shariram kevala punya phalam syat neva syat kadachidapi. Here pretty English. Devanam dukkham, not devanam. Devanam dukkham kadachidapi na syat. If the body, deva shariram, if the body of devas kevala punya phalam syat was the result of only punyam, then kadachidapi at any time dukkham, devanam dukkham na syat. Then the dukkha, the pain, suffering for the devas would not happen. Because karana bhave karya bhava. Karanam is the papam and the karyam is the dukkham. If karanam, the papam is not there, then the karyam, dukkham will not be there. But we see devatas also have got dukkham. We think devatas have every happy time, gala time. It is not that. They also have problem. Devanam dukkham. Tasmat. Therefore, deva shariram api punya punya mishra karma phalam iti eva nishyate. Therefore, even the body of devatas is the result of punya and papa mixture. It is the result of the mixture of punya and papa karma. Iti eva, in this manner, nishyate, is ascertained. Then afterwards it will be explained, then why is it called punya phalam? Predominantly. So because of the bahulya, it is a punya phalam. Like you judge your day. Today was a happy day. Yesterday was an unhappy day. Like how it's not that whole day happy was there, but more or less. So it is the bahulya tadvada. So deva shariram, more sukham is there, very little dukkham is there. Therefore we say it is punya phalam, and that will be explained by the Tika, by the Granthakara himself. Now he brings in one what is called Shruti Virodha. Shruti Virodha means the contradiction with the Shruti Vakya. Shruti Vakya Virodha with what? He says that Deva Shariram is Mishra Phalam, is the result of Punya and Papa both. That statement of the Granthakara can be contradicted by Shruti Vakya. That's what Purvapakshi says. You cannot say that Deva Shariram is the result of Punya and Papa. What is generally said, that it is the result of Punyam only, that is correct. So what is well known, that alone is correct. You don't bring something else. You said the Punya Papa Mishra Phalam, you should not say this. Otherwise Shruti Virodha will happen. What is that? Nacha Nahavai Devan Papam Gacchati Punyameva Mum Gacchati Ityadi Shrutehe Na Devanam Papa Sambandha Asti Iti Vachyam. Nacha Vachyam. So Siddhanta is saying that you should not raise this doubt. What is the doubt? There is a Shruti. What? Na Havai. Havai means indeed, emphasis. Devan papam gacchati. Papam do not go to devas. Punyam eva amum gacchati. Amum means devam. Punya alone goes to devatas. So Shruti is telling what? Papam na gacchati. Papam doesn't go to Deva. Only Punyam goes to Devatas. Ityadi Shrutehe, because of the Shruti, Devanam Papa Sambandha Nasti. Devas do not have association with Papa, and therefore they should not have association with the Dukkha also. Iti, if this type of doubt should not be raised. Who says Siddhanti? So what is the doubt? Purva Pakshi may say that this Shruti says that Devas will have only Punyam, no Papam. How can you say that Devas has Punyam and Papam? Only Punyam is there, no Papam. Shruti says, and regarding these Devatas and Swarga and all, Pratyaksha is not Pramana. Shruti is a Pramana. In fact, first of all, Devatas are there or not. For that, what is Pramana? Shruti alone Pramana. It is called Dharmi Grahaka Pramana. So, very Devata existence is received by, is revealed by Shruti. Therefore, Shruti is called Dharmi Grahaka Pramana. Means, it is the Pramanam which is revealing the entity itself. Now, regarding that entity, what all are the details, those also should be revealed by what? Same Shruti. So, Shruti alone should talk about the dharma of Devatas. And Shruti says this, that Devan papam na gacchati, punyameva amam gacchati. Therefore, how can you say that Devatas have got punya and papa both? They have got only punya. This type of doubt, very strong doubt is raised by Purvapakshi. For that, Siddhanti says, iti na vachyam. This type of doubt should not be raised by anya paratva tasyaha shrutehe. Sangra vakyam. Brief answer is given. Tasyaha shrutehe. That shruti, because that shruti is anya para, committed to reveal something else than what you are thinking. Anya paratvat means anya tatparyakatvat. The other, this shruti is having different message, different purport other than what you are thinking. So you think Shruti is telling like this, and therefore based on that you are raising the doubt. But your understanding of Shruti is not proper. And how your understanding is not correct, that is said in the next sentence, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru